Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Gauranga Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Gauranga Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Gauranga Nityananda, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Okay, let's chant a little japa here together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama. Oh, thank you. No. Okay. Great. Thank you. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama. You can turn your mic on. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama
Hari Rama
Rama Hare Hare Krishna
Rama Hari Hari Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare Rama
Krishna Hari Hari
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare Hare Krishna
Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Rama
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hari Hari Hare Krishna
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Krishna Hari Hari Hare Rama
Krishna
Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Rama Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hare Hare Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari Rama Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama
Hare Krishna Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Ram Ram Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Hari Hari
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari Rama Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hari Hari
Hare Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hari 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 Rama
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hari Hari Hare Rama
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari Hare Rama Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare Rama
Hare Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hari Hari Hare Rama
Krishna Hare Hare
Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hare Rama
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna Hare
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 Rama Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare
Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hare Rama
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hare
Krishna
Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna
Hare Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hari Hari Hare Rama Rama
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hari Hari Hare
Hare
Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hare Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hare Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hari Hari Hare Rama Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama
Hare
Hare Rama
Krishna Hari Hari Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare
Hari
Krishna
Hari Hare Rama Hari Hari
Hare
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 Krishna Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare
Hari
Krishna
Hari Hare Rama
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna Hari Hari Hare Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare
Hari
Krishna
Hare Rama Hari
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna
Rama Rama Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Rama Hare
Krishna Krishna, Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Radha,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Radha,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Radha,
Hare
Radha,
Hare
Radha,
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Radha,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Radha,
Krishna. Krishna Krishna.
Krishna,
Hare Rama.
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Radha, Radha,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Radha, Radha,
Hare Rama, Hare
Radha, Radha,
Rama
Radha,
Rama,
Advaita,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Advaita, Nityananda,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Chandra, Nityananda,
Rama Rama, Hare
Nityananda,
Hare Krishna.
Nityananda,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Nityananda, Nityananda,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Nityananda, Nityananda,
Hare Rama.
Nityananda, Nityananda,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Nityananda,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Nityananda, Nityananda,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Nityananda,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Nityananda,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Nityananda,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Nityananda,
Krishna
Nityananda, Nityananda,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Nityananda,
Rama Hare Hare.
Nityananda, Nityananda,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Nityananda,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Nityananda, 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 Gora Chandra, 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 Goranga, Goranga, Gora Chandra, Nityananda, 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 Govinda, 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 Govinda,
Radhe Radhe
Govinda,
Govinda.
Govinda, Govinda, Govinda,
Radhe Radhe Govinda.
Govinda, 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 Govinda,
Radhe Radhe Govinda.
Govinda, 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 Govinda,
Radhe Radhe Govinda.
Govinda, Govinda, Govinda,
Radhe Radhe Govinda.
Govinda, 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 Govinda. Radha, 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 Radha.
Radhe Radhe Govinda. Govinda Radhe. Radhe Radhe Govinda. Govinda Radhe.
Radha, Radha, Radha,
Radhika.
Radha,
Radhika. Radhika. Radhika.
Govinda,
Radhika.
Govinda, 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 Govinda. Govinda, 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 Krishna, 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 Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Rama, Rama, Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama, Rama, Hare
Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Krishna, Radha, Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Krishna,
Govinda,
Govinda,
Govinda, Govinda, Govinda, Govinda, Govinda, Govinda, Govinda, Govinda, Govinda, Govinda, Govinda, Krishna, 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 Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Ah, Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhaktavinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta.
Welcome everybody. Let's see. I don't know how much I can do today. It's one of those days. Krishna, Krishna. So read something here. This is in Vedabase, Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, Chapter 4. And starting with the verse number 14. Thus the killing of the demons is but secondary work. I shall now speak of the main reason for the Lord's incarnation. The Lord's desire to appear was born from two reasons. The Lord wanted to taste the sweet essence of the mellows of love of God, and he wanted to propagate devotional service in the world on the platform of spontaneous attraction. Thus, he is known as supremely jubilant and as the most merciful of all. Yeah, that's for the Lord to spread this to us is the most merciful incarnation. No other incarnation did like this. He's the most merciful to give us, because he wanted to spread this devotional service on the level of spontaneous attraction. So what do we got now? We have people are desiring to spread Krishna consciousness on the level of Vaidhi, which is not the reason for the Lord came. See, okay, and so there, sometimes it's necessary because of what you're dealing with in this world. Is otherwise people they won't worship God. They cannot come to this platform. They don't understand it. It's not. They need some basic work. Basic teachings and all of that. But now we've got the privilege to spread the reason for the Lord's appearance in this world, to teach it and demonstrate it. And we can teach it, many of us, because the Lord has given us that potency to relish the names of God like he did, in ecstasy and intimacy, ever increasing and ever fresh intimacy. So, this is the only, if you call yourself a Vaishnava, this is the only place to progress, because nobody's teaching this. Nobody's teaching the reason why the Lord came here. I mean, and the only way you can teach it, you can't teach it by being a no-show. You have to teach it by showing people. He wanted to show the public. He came to teach the public, to get the public to engage on the level of spontaneous devotional service. But not every, as we can see, not everybody is open to it. But still, we got to preach like, hey, is there anybody out there in the wilderness that wants to know why Lord Chaitanya came to this planet? Not only wants to know, wants to know by experience, to taste the mellows of the ecstasy and the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra? Or do you want to go your whole lives just dry chanting and following rituals? And ritualistic gurus who are like just Brahmins, and they can't really do much for you. I mean, maybe help make you a good person by following rules and regulations, and which are in this Kali Yuga very hard. Yeah. So anyway, this is the thing, and so this is the revival of that same thing, because we're also this is the desire of the Lord manifested again, obviously. Because I desire to share this with everybody. Why hold back, man? Why not, do what was done 550 years ago? But Gohari, that's not authorized. Well, yes, it is. Prabhupada told me, has his full approval. So it must be there. I tell you, man, once you start chanting and you start getting really purified, your desires are not different than the Lord's. Really, because, you want people to get this, and you want to taste these mellows. Just like when he was here, he wanted to taste these mellows, and he wanted others people to also. It's like you want your friends to come and partake of the festival. That's the thing. But of course, you got to, become a friend of that devotee. You got to become friendly, and and you got to hear. See, the thing is, it's always comes down to the hearing, because right now the thing that's keeping people back is they're hearing from people who are not real authorities on Lord Chaitanya's amazing grace. Okay? And if they can't help you get their amazing grace, because you're hearing from people who are not really authorized. I mean, they're playing the part as a teacher or guru or something like this. But they're not real intimate associates of the Lord. Therefore, you can't get that result. And that's the only thing lacking in ISKCON and all these other groups, is all they need to do is come here, because this is the place of this is the point of distribution. See? And just get the gift, man, when Lord Chaitanya, this pastime just came to my mind. Lord Chaitanya had his wedding, and so in the wedding you're supposed to give Brahmins gifts. So all these Brahmins were coming up to get gifts, because to get a gift from the bridegroom, and that was Lord Chaitanya. And so that's basically what you get. So you get a gift from the bridegroom, and And so there are a lot of Brahmas that keep coming up, many times. And the Lord saw this. He saw, wow, these guys are cheaters, but what the heck? It's my wedding day. He just kept giving them gifts. Yeah. And so anyway, this is the thing. The Lord wants to give you the gift of this marriage with God again, this mystic marriage, so that you can be together with the Lord and be protected by the Lord. You can protect the Lord. You notice you have to protect the Lord. It's a two-way street, man. It's reciprocal. No lazy bums here. Sorry, you can't be a lazy bum. You have to protect the Lord. How do you protect him? You got to feed him, man. You got to nourish him. And he nourishes you. You notice? It's kind of amazing how that works. You nourish him, he nourishes you. Religion is teached and followed by dry prunes. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So this is the only thing lacking. If anybody out there hears these videos, is this is the only thing lacking in the Krishna consciousness movement, is to come and hear from those authorized. I mean, you come here, it'll be surprising if you've been listening to those persons where nothing but dryness results, and ritual and burdens of rituals and regulations and fastings results in your association with them. Well, you'll be quite surprised coming here, where we don't even talk about that stuff except as a teaching, an example, perspective. You'll be quite surprised, because what happens here is spiritual. You start to have spiritual experience. I mean, if you put the sincerity you have listening to persons who are not self-realized, even though they're wearing the dress of Guru and everything, but they don't have the symptoms of being self-realized. You put the same energy of going to listen to people who can't really do anything for you much, and that energy here, you're going to be self-realized in a short time. You're going to be happy. You're going to have a smile on your face. You're going to be unburdened. You're going to be purified. You're going to get you're going to marry God. You'll know what that means. You'll get all these things. I mean, if you turn your attention here, otherwise, I mean, if you're satisfied just listening to those who can't really put a smile on your face, like Lalita and all that, then what can be done? Then you just stay there in your kind of dark place. That's what it is. It's dark. Here it's a bright light, the light of truth and conclusiveness, and burdens come off people. Is greed the qualification for Yeah, that's what what is this preaching? It's just to stimulate greed. Is the greed for people to come in this direction, try it out at least sincerely, and see the result. And because even the hypocrites get an awakening often, and then hypocrites, they go, oh, well, thanks for the awakening. Now I'm going to go and be a big teacher, But they admit, well, hey, thanks for the awakening, I don't want to go any deeper. Yeah. So thus the killing of the demons is secondary work. See, so secondary work, even as the Lord was here, demons have to be killed. See, the demons of pride. This is what many pastimes in Chaitanya Leela are about. The demons of pride, demons of false ego. They're in the way. And like Vallabhabhata only sort of got, free when he became a little bit humbled, because he realized the devotees weren't paying him any mind, and Lord Chaitanya neither. And he thought, well, God, what is my big scholarship? Because he had some faith in the Lord, but, he was wondering, well, why doesn't the Lord want to hear my great explanations that are better than even the acharyas? the actual acharya of the time. Yeah, and the Lord says, no, it doesn't work like that. You have to hear from real devotees who are advanced in the mercy of the Lord. See, that's how. And then he ended up taking initiation from Gadadhar Pandit, and see, that's the approach. Otherwise, you can't. You have to give up the false ego. You can't take it into the kingdom. All it does is it's not real. It's not lasting forever. You have to get into the consciousness of a devotee by the process. See, like again, Bhagavad Gita teaches Arjuna, because you're my devotee, disciple, friend, you are qualified to understand the transcendental science. It's like a law. He didn't say it's just the law, the way it works. If you're not a disciple and a friend and you're not giving respect to this kind of preaching, then you cannot know the mysteries that we know. What kind of mysteries do we know? Well, you can't know them because you're not a disciple and a friend. It's a parampara system. I mean, haven't you guys in ISKCON learned that much? That this is a parampara system? Now, what you haven't learned is your guru has to be a self-realized soul, an associate of Lord Chaitanya. That you have not realized. You're in the parampara system, but not really, because your gurus are not qualified. So that's the only problem. And if you turn your attention to where the real qualification is, because that's what we teach all about. I was ordered by Prabhupada to teach Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Leela principles, so that at least some of his disciples can enter in to the kingdom of God where he is. Otherwise you can't be where Prabhupada is. If you have to be an ecstatic devotee. People think, well, I'm going where Prabhupada is if I just chant my 16 dry rounds or 1 lakh of dry rounds. No, you can't go where Prabhupada is. It's only a place where Prabhupada is Vrindavan, the place of ecstatic chanters. They naturally love Krishna. And you got to prove it in this world that you're qualified either as a disciple or as a guru. If you're a guru, then you got to show you naturally love Krishna. How do you do that? Oh, very simple. Let's see you chant the holy name. Let's see, does spontaneous love of God awaken in you, life's ultimate goal? Okay, well then maybe you're getting close to being a guru. Maybe you're a real sadhu now because, you went the right way and you got love of Krishna awakened in you. See? None of these gurus, I see, they can't prove anything. It's all a big show. See? They think they put on a big show, wear nice and walk around in flowing robes, and the neophytes believe them. Because they don't understand. Yeah, that's why they changed Prabhupada's books, because they have to make it fit their lack of understanding. This is the Kali Yuga pollution. So anyway, if anybody wants to learn this is the method. It's very simple. It's not like difficult to understand. It's only when you try to understand under people who are confuse you. The only people say they get confused here by my preaching are those who believe something else. I had Christians, one Christian guy, Gaur, your preaching confuses me. I said, yeah, because you believe something else, the wrong things. I'm not confused. I love this preaching, man. This preaching gives me strength, clarity, ecstasy, protection. It gives me every wonderful thing in the world. Yeah. Confusion, and actually that you just go on listening. If you're confused, your confusion will clear, and you'll get clarity, because that's how everybody's confused. Everybody's accepted speculations. You know, you know in Vaishnavism, you got the book Bhagavat there, but no devotee Bhagavat. You got, if you have a devotee Bhagavat, well, when you read about the devotees really ecstatic and they have love of God, life's ultimate goal, and everything, well, that'll be on your devotee Bhagavat, right? Kind of simple, huh? But what do you got? You got the book Bhagavat says devotees are ecstatic and they have devotional emotions and all that stuff, the book, right? And then you got a guru who has none of that. Where's the devotee Bhagavat? That's on the same level as the book Bhagavat. You know, they're supposed to be the living example of the book. You read about those things and then you see it on the person of the devotee that you don't see. That's why I tested that one guy. I said, "Oh, are you on the Shuddha Bhakti level?" Well, you know, you just may not have to be on there. If I'm working under the guidance of a self-realized soul, and therefore I can talk about all these things. So, in other words, no. So, well, you know, that's the best we got is we got, you know, there's nobody around. Then, well, hey, man, there's somebody around. You come here, you got the book Bhagavat, you got to devote. We'll prove it, man. And that, you know, why do you want the fake thing? Why do you want the thing that doesn't complete the formula? Doesn't make sense. You know, you go into listening to these gurus, a lot of them will admit they don't have prema, sort of like that, you know, in that way. But what if you found both? Can you imagine? That's greed. Spiritual greed is like, oh yeah, you're saying if I come here and I listen to you, I'll hear from a devotee Bhagavat? Well, don't just be a blind believer. Come try it out, man. You come and listen attentively and clearly to the preaching here and see how it's better than yours. See how it's better than Radhanath's or any of these guys. Better than Narayan Rajas. Better than Radhakund Babaji's. See? Check it out. You know, otherwise, you got no spiritual greed. Nothing can be done. This is a path of greed. I'm here to teach real Raganuga Bhakti. If you're not a real Raganuga Bhakti, well, there you go. You failed the test. You're just a big showman, you know, and you can't even admit that. We got these guys, they come here like the Johans, big showmen. See? They don't really have spiritual greed. See, people like that, they can't even listen. See, he takes it in to get some energy, and he's like a Rahu because he's kind of demoniac. He's under the control of Putana and Kalya. They're his kings. See, he's like those kings. So it goes right here. See, he's up in his head. That's why he's all up in here. See, it doesn't go down and purify and give the full body experience. See, that's all because of insincere listening, you know, not going deep, not really, you know, but that's what what are you going to do? People are what they are. Oh, yeah, I just preach to make a perspective. So, you know, and you could see, well, that's that, and this is this. Okay? Yeah, I mean, you know, you come here, you learn so many real things, so many great, confidential truths about bhakti every day. Things that you can't hear anywhere. Yeah, because this is the only Sangha I've seen where it's a demonstrating Raganuga Bhakti so that it can be preached. Otherwise, it can't be preached, man. Could you imagine if Nityananda and Advaita didn't express, and the devotees didn't express, Lord Chaitanya didn't express divine emotions and have all these wild kirtans publicly? They got to go publicly after a while. Can you imagine? Where would love of God be back then? Yeah, it was all over the place. And it's not all over the place now because you don't see ecstatic worship. You just see everybody going through the Swami step emotions. You go through the choreographed Krishna consciousness. ritualistic Krishna. You know, that is not why Lord Chaitanya came. So anyway, we're here to teach the reason. Whoever has spiritual greed, those who, well, what did Jesus say? Those who have ears, let them hear. If you got a spiritual ear, I got to explain it because nobody understands that thing. Well, I got ears. No. You got a spiritual ear, a purified ear from maybe the last life or something, where you hear, like Jesus said, my sheep, my sheep hear my voice. I know mine and mine know me. It's always like that. That's how you find guru. They find you. You find them that they're, oh, this is a sincere person. It's a family affair, man. So my development about spiritual greed stopped by Lalita Ganga and Lalita Madhava. Stuck because they blocked me. Oh, did you block Francis? You did. Why?
Because Radhe looks from because I don't want Radha's energy anymore. And then Francis says, Radhe is looking with me. No. He can educate his wife. No. And by the way, I'm not a guru, Francis. What are you trying to do? You never open your mouth in class, only for fights. That's the only reason when you open your mouth.
Hey, actually, it's good. He opened his mouth here a little bit. That's good.
Yeah, he opens his mouth when there is a fight, when he's emotional, but never for Krishna. Never.
Oh. So what's his penance?
Guru Maharaj, I'm not the boss here, but for me, I don't want the energy of the Belgian devotees. I know too much. I don't want to be involved with that energy anymore, really. In no way. It disturbs my bhakti. And if he cannot tell his wife that she shouldn't be drunk in your and my videos, and all she said, and deny, no, it's finished for me.
You know, I did, yeah, Francis, what I did hear was Radhe say this. She put a post up, and it was like kind of belligerent, you know, just like, I am me, and I don't, and I offend others, and I don't care, you know. So, you know, see, that's like person maybe drinking too much. I don't know. It's not a sensible statement. You know?
If Francis wants to develop something, it is a spine. Maybe develop a spine, Francis.
Yeah. So anyway, you don't want to lose the association devotees. I mean, this is the greatest thing that we have here. You know, and
if you don't have any respect for devotees, what use does it have? I put so much energy in her, so much energy. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
So I have other things to do.
Yeah. What is it that bothers you about?
Maybe Guru Maharaj, she disturbs my classes over and over and over again.
Yeah, and how?
I'm in deep ecstasy, and then she says, "You think you are this, and you think you are ecstatic, but you're nothing at all." While Krishna is present, I don't have to accept that. It's a demon. She's a demon.
Yeah. Well, it's not. There's a demon part in there, you know. Like, you know, we got to sort these things out. Let's see. Hey, Francis. Okay. I am really confused now. Okay, so he says that's no fighting, or there's no fighting. I'm really confused now. What is it? Yeah. Hey, Frank, can you come up here, Francis? Can can I give you the link? Can you come up and you can discuss it? I mean, you know.
You know, Guru Maharaj, everybody in my class has defended me. Andromeda, Ammon, Shamasundari, everybody funny. Everybody is completely disturbed by Radhe's behavior. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's probably the drinking thing, you know. or something. Yeah. Let's clear it all up. Yeah, I mean, if you want to come on, I'm really, yeah, well, why don't you see this typing bullshit thing, man, get up here and discuss it, we can discuss it, otherwise it's all a typing thing, you don't get at the thing up there. I don't know what the solution would. I don't know what's the solution, man. If she's why is she like this anyway? Is this,
I don't know. There is a deep hate, a deep jealousy inside, and I don't want to be involved with that.
so yeah. So Francis, I guess that's just the way it is. So you just don't have to be confused. Well, I mean, if you're confused, you're confused. But obviously, Rade's disturbing her class. See? But you can come here, and she's here, and you're seeing that. And that's just the way it is. I mean, your Rade has got these problems, and actually, alcohol is a big problem. It makes people kind of strange, if you do it too much. Obviously, there's actually, they even say there's a demon in this alcohol thing. I mean, I don't know if there is, but I heard some stuff. I confirm Rade is disturbing Lalita regularly and has demoniac qualities, the frequency of karunas. Okay. I try is not thinking anymore. What is this? Is not thinking anymore. Spirit demons without bhakti, you are drowned. See, I try. Anyway, Francis, you got here. You mean, you get to watch the things here. And I mean, it's just a situation. I mean, you're in that situation.
She even wrote me while I was singing. You know what she wrote in my class? No, not in my class. She sent me a messenger while I am singing in ecstasy. She says, I'm going to turn you off now, Lalita, because otherwise my husband cannot eat. Those things.
Oh, that can, yeah.
It's really very venomous, and you're deep in, and you lose your ecstasy, you lose your service for Krishna.
Yeah, you know what that is? That's a deep this is a demons inside that really have hate for God, basically, and godly things. And so obviously, because what do you expect? I mean, if she drinks a lot and all that stuff, then that's going to be there. That controls her and makes her do these things. And so Rade's right, and Lalita's right in doing that. So yeah. What if? Is there any way Francis could actually just not show her anything? How does he check her? Yeah, so I guess, on the desktop and all that stuff. Yeah, okay. Yeah, got it. She drinks not anymore.
Well, if she does it in sober state, it's worse. And I heard that so many times.
Yeah.
She doesn't drink. She drinks less. I recognize it when she's drunk.
Yeah. So anyway, Francis, just let's see how it goes. Just come here now. I mean, I do plenty of classes, and actually, you can see on YouTube. She can't stop you from seeing the videos on YouTube. So they're on YouTube. So
that's also a reason to complain. You know that you can watch on YouTube. Why do you have to say? It's because you want to come.
Yeah. So watch on YouTube. So what's the big deal? The mistake was done in the past. Those energies were allowed here. Please protect Lalita. She deserves. Yeah. So well, it's organic here. Everything is happening organic. Yeah, I had to, when Karuna was acting up, I had to block the guy, man. He was he just had these things pushing him because they're demoniac and they want to stop the kirtan that we're doing. So yeah, I mean, we're here to worship God in ecstasy. I am also here, sober and at work. Okay. Well, anyway, you stay here, and and we'll check you out and see how it goes. Yeah, okay. Let's move on here. So the Lord's desire to appear was from two reasons. The Lord wanted to taste the sweet essence of the mellows of love of God. And he wanted to propagate devotional service in the world on the platform of spontaneous attraction. What a concept, huh? The sweet mellows of the essence of love of God. And you do that also by chanting the name, the sweet essence of the mellows of love of God. Yeah, if you're not doing that, then you haven't attained the purpose for the Lord's coming here. You're not a recipient yet of that. You're not the Lord came to spread this on this level. See? But the problem is now people are saying, no, you got to attain it. But no, all you need is the same situation as a person who is doing the same thing, empowered to do the same thing, who is tasting the sweet essence of the mellows of love of God, and spiritual greed is born in you, where you say, oh God, really? You can chant like this? I've been chanting dry for 40 years. I want to chant like, well, how do I do that? Well, all you have to do is come here and receive the gift. It's like, this is the same kind of preaching then. And also with Jesus, you can use Jesus as an example. When the people, they got the Holy Spirit. Nobody could get it from anybody else but them. They had the spirit of devotion. They got it from Jesus. He was probably the only one who had it. Very rare personality. Those 11 person got it from him, and he said, well, you got it now. You can spread it to others. If they listen to you, that means they listen to me. If they listen to me, they'll listen to you. See, and listening to Jesus meant you need to hear the Jesus preaching and not the Pharisee type preaching. The Pharisee preaching was rules, regulations, an eye for an eye, a stone for a stone, you break my bone, I'm going to break your bones. That kind of hard-hearted preaching. You see that in Vaishnavism? So all rampant, hard-hearted things. See, not that. So that's not the preaching. Those who listen to the new message, it gives hope into people. See, like this is the new message. This gives us hope, assurance. You have people that are actually entering the kingdom of Vrindavan. Here, you see them in the relishing transcendental mellows of the holy name. See, and it's a gift. You just come, the gift of this association. It's really a gift. If you come here sincerely, like you see what is this? Like Radhe, when you have all these here, you're getting here, being here, the greatest gift. And then that stuff comes out. That shows you there's some part of you that has a very deep lack of appreciation and is against the gift, So anyway, that has to come out. You have to see that is destroying you. That'll destroy your chances. That's the repentance, is you have to want to get rid of that part that offends devotees. This, if your bhakti creeper grows, you got to watch out for what it is called the offending, Vaishnava aparat. See, breaking the bhakti creeper. It's all in the book. It's all about that. And here, you don't have just Vaidhi Bhakti devotees who have no bhakti awakened yet. That doesn't even really count. Here, it really counts. So, you need to be aware of that. Sometimes if things slip up, and then you got to apologize and really mean it, though. When you write things like I saw you write there, it shows you where's the repentance. I am what I am, and I offend people, and I don't care. Something like that, And it doesn't bother me. No problem. Oh, it's a big problem. It's a problem for your development, you know. And by the way, we're not against Radhe. Yeah, we were against the behaviors, exactly. In case you want to make a show now that people are against you. Oh, what is she saying? Yeah.
She means, Shama Sundari means that we see that they want to make a show, and she gives the answer, no, we don't want.
Yeah.
We are not going to say that we are against you. Don't say everybody is against
Yeah,
me.
yeah. No. The behavior, yeah. It's the behavior. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, you know, devotees, they don't like to lose ecstasy. You know, this I also I get very angry when somebody interrupts my worship. That's why the whole point is to be with friends and well-wishers here. You know, and because if you got somebody this envy and anger and comes up and they want to stop you from entering it in, they want to interfere. That's not nice, and the devotees get angry. I get angry. I don't like it. Yeah. So anyway, what else we got here? Yeah, so we're here to, for whoever's ready and whoever wants to, we're here to propagate spontaneous devotional service on the platform of spontaneous attraction. Might as well just tell people like it is now, huh? That's great, man. I really feel great. I could just say it, man, because it's true. We're here we've been given the authority and the order from Prabhupada and Krishna to spread devotional service on the level of spontaneous attraction. Yeah. And thus he is known as supremely jubilant and as the most merciful of all. So there you go, man. If you're not like that, you're not empowered by Lord Chaitanya, man, because you got to be more jubilant than these Radhanas and Jaipatakas and all these other gurus. See, jubilant, this kind of bhakti, if you're relishing mellows, you're going to see a jubilation, man. You're going to see a devotional expression. You're not seeing material feelings. You see spiritual feelings. What a concept. Where do you see spiritual feelings? We're in the mundane universe. Even the demigods have material feelings, goodness. But if you see a devotee who has the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, you see spiritual feelings. And not only the guru here, you see even decide. Look at Lilith, she's got spiritual feelings. Yeah. And that is the gift, receiving the gift, and that matures, and then you have the power to share it with others. And that's how this parampara continues. Yeah. Thus he's supremely jubilant and as the most merciful of all. See, most merciful of all. That has to be the quality in a real guru now. If you're a real resident of Vrindavan and you're preaching like Lord Chaitanya preached and Nityananda preached, you have to be the most merciful of all. You got to be like Lord Nityananda, man, or his servants. Real servants, not fake ones. See, you have to be the most merciful and be able to have the power and the authority to give this to the fannies and the new people and the persons, any ordinary person who has this in them. You give them hope and inspiration, and they just feel that that this is for them, and they're ready to receive the gift. See, and that's how you get it. Janakis and all of that. You see, you got to. Oh, we got somebody here. Govinda Das, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you got to. Yeah, you just got to receive the gift, man, and where was my. Let's see where I was. Oh, yeah. Most merciful of all. And otherwise, what does most merciful of all mean? Prabhupada was merciful, right? He gave everybody rules, regulations, a foothold in Krishna to worship Krishna, inspired people to worship Krishna, rituals, right? Some regulations, his association. That's merciful. But was that an example of the most merciful of all? Not yet. That still was forthcoming. See? Here is the example of the most merciful of all example here. I'm not saying I'm Lord Chaitanya. It's nothing to do with it. It's about being empowered by that potency to do what he wants to do again. Otherwise, it can't be done. See? You have to show that you are empowered to be the most merciful of all, and there's a quality that shows that you have that. Love of Krishna is spread. If you think Lord Ram gave love of Krishna the extent that Lord Chaitanya, that kind of intimacy to the monkeys? No, they got some kind of devotion to Ram, but not like that. Not like Vrindavan variety. The most merciful incarnation, Lord Chaitanya, and people, it's even Krishna. You had to be qualified usually to go to Vrindavan, like Uddhava and Akura, who were already ecstatic devotees, and then get some mercy. But that's even Krishna's not considered the most merciful of all. But the Radha-Krishna combined form of Radha and Krishna is the most merciful of all. The most merciful incarnation, because love of God is given even to low persons. You don't have to be anything special. Matter of fact, nobody's anything special. Or everybody's scumbags in this world and worms and stools. They just don't know it. Like these guys, they get a little, they learn some Sanskrit verses and they quote them like the wind and the neophyte. They think, wow, I'm no scumbag. I'm really an intelligent person. Oh, why should I go to Gaurahari's place there, He doesn't quote all these Sanskrit verses like me. Just look at me. I quote all these things. I'm so much more advanced. See? This is advancement is deep, man. What does spiritual advance means? Means you're advanced in spiritual devotion, advanced in devotion, pure devotion. See, that's spiritually advanced. And you can, because of that power, you can help others become quickly spiritually advanced by your association. That's most merciful of all, is to spread love of Godhead to those who are ready for it. And even if you're not quite ready for it, to get you prepared for it. Now that's the most merciful of all. Better to go to, think about it. Better to go to a devotee of Lord Chaitanya, who's preaching this level, than to go to any other incarnation that's preaching another level. Even if it's God himself. Why? Because what's given here, even from a little devotee here, is not given by the big incarnations like that, the fish incarnation, the other incarnation, and all these other incarnations weren't given. No. If you're a servant of Lord Chaitanya, he empowers you to give the most merciful of all mercy, love of Krishna, transcendental mellows. Look at the Govinda, tasting these things, relishing these things. This is the life of Riley. Yeah. See, most jubilant. So if you're not, that's the thing. Anybody, you want to know where the path is? God, man, we're explaining the book Bhagavat clearly, the real path, man. Just look for the most jubilant devotee guru you can ever find that has more jubilation than anybody else. Because I tell you, I haven't met one really jubilant guru yet. And I've been to India many times. And then you go look at where's the most merciful of all? Where are some of the disciples that getting this love of God? I haven't seen amongst the Narayan Raj group. They're all Radhe, Raghunuga and everything. And the guy, with 20 years with him, and he says, well, I'm still, under the guidance of that devotee, and even though I'm still not Shuddha Bhakta, but I'll preach all my, ideas there because, I can do that because I believe in that, Anyway, this is much better, isn't it? This is as it is. See, this is deliverance here because you got to be the verses, man. The Lord is empowering the devotees here to be the verses. Lalita's the verse. Govinda's the verse. Look at it. They're the most jubilant disciples around. And the most merciful. They go and want to share with everybody. But don't mess with their ecstasy. You might get smacked with a dunda. Freddie says, Kali Yuga is the era of lost frequencies. Yeah, so this is a great frequency here. This is the best, topmost frequency. This frequency usually does not exist in this material world. Lord Chaitanya said, pure love of God does not exist in this material world. Well, there's an exception. When he was here, when Nityananda was here, and Advaita was here, and because we're here, also it does exist. But you can see it doesn't exist in ISKCON, doesn't exist in the Gaudiya Samiti, doesn't exist there. See some traces of it in Christianity, ecstatic Christians. See, it has to be brought here. You have to have spiritual emotions, man. Yeah, that's a miracle. You got not material emotions, spiritual emotions, man. You got to be able to taste Krishna's transcendental body in the form of his name, and it's so emotional. You have to show what real love is. Isn't it great to show what real love is? So simple, man. Who was an authority 550 years ago when Lord Chaitanya was here? Who was an authority? Oh, well, Lord Chaitanya was an authority. Why? Because he loved chanting the holy name in great ecstatic. He was the most jubilant of all, most merciful of all. Who else was a real authority, a real spiritual master at the time of Lord Chaitanya? Hey, you guys need to wake up. You need to see things as they are. Who else was a real spiritual master and showing the real thing and why Lord Chaitanya was here and all that? Nityananda. Why? Because he chanted the holy name with great ecstatic tears and ecstasy, jumping around like a frog and all kinds of amazing things. Who else? Dvaitacharya. Oh, and they're real followers. They had some of the fannies over there, and the Amies. They weren't too proud to be delivered. Hey, no, we'll take the gift and yeah, that sounds intelligent to me. Hey, yeah, I'm sorry, man, Acharya Dave, tell you the truth, man. Amy and Fanny are smarter than you are because they're here taking the mercy. Because love of God is a gift. Janaki, they take the gift. That's intelligence. Who is it? Shyamasundari, Govinda. All these beautiful devotees. See? I mean, you gotta, if this humbles you, this I have to preach like this. You know why? Because the verses. I gotta show you the verses. If Gaur Das is not the verses, and some of them are pretty mean towards those persons, false egos. See, Lord Chaitanya, here's the verse. That's why I say it. That's why I mentioned your name, Acharya Devs and Radhanas and Narayan Raj group, all of this, all you followers there. This is why. Because Lord Chaitanya preaches real religious principles through a low class, fourth class Sudra. Oh, the rest of the verse. Are you ready for it? You sannyasis? To defeat the pride of the big gurus, the big sannyasis, the big so-called big gurus, Hey, if you don't got what we have, you're not diddly squat in the eyes of the kingdom of God and, Krishna and all that, and the Prabhupada even, you're really nothing. Because this is it. This is guru stuff. This is real followers. This is Satchidananda. This is Guru Sadhu Shastra. This is every Shastra you read about, realize, and actualize in living. This is the living book. Yeah, not just me, my sincere disciples and friends also. So I have to preach, how else we have to, I think maybe somebody might be sincere. Maybe there's somebody out there that has some brain. Yeah. This is how it works, See, real religious principles. What are real religious principles? God darn it, so simple. I'm glad you asked. The mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Hey, this mercy to easily get, without a lot of trouble, love of God. Like Rasika Nandana wrote this book, a nice book about Guru Tattva, man. You should read this. And if your guru doesn't come up to this standard, you should get rid of him. And that includes Gaur Das. I wonder if I could find the book. And every time I try to find something, it's always his name. Okay, I'm going to try. So Rasika Nandana, I'll just tell you first. No, that's not it there. Oh, it disappeared. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So Rasika Nandana writes, he writes, oh, do you want to get Krishna, a relationship with Krishna without a lot of trouble? Come to my guru. Very easily you'll get love of Krishna. Because he was an associate of Lord Chaitanya, empowered to distribute love of Krishna like Lord Chaitanya was, like we are. Yes, yes. Yeah. John Andre, I could while while away the hours conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain, and my head it'd be scratching while my thoughts are busy hatching. If only had a brain. Yeah, let's see if I can find this. Yeah. Oops, not. Hare Krishna. Okay, where was it? ISKCON Desire Tree. Is that it? Yeah, there we go. Okay, Rasika Nandana, where are you? This is called Shamananda Satak. It was about his guru. I offer my respectful obeisances to Krishnananda's son, Sri Shamananda, who, although he is unborn, pretends to be a human being born in Sri Dhanuka's womb. The pure-hearted devotees in Santa Ras think he is plunged in an ocean of nectar of happiness of Brahman. The expert devotees glistening with devotional love know he is the great abode of devotional love. The fools, their hearts bewildered by Maya, think him an ordinary human being. So you see, that's what happens. That's why even disciples who get this potency, you become part of this family. And people think that are ordinary, think you're an ordinary human being. See that? Can you imagine? This shows you the people in ISKCON and all these devotion groups. Even though we're on Facebook here, even disciples here got the mercy. They're not ordinary human beings. They have spiritual emotions. They've been elevated to the Vaikuntha platform and more and beyond. Okay? But because they're ordinary Vaishnavas, they're not really. They're not real Vaishnavas. They're called Abbas. They're trying. They want to be. But they see this is ordinary. So it's always like that. You see, this was 550 years ago. It was like that with Jesus. The Pharisees, who were ordinary followers of religion, they thought Jesus was ordinary. When Krishna was here, Shishupal also thought Krishna was ordinary. You see, this is a family affair, man. That's why Jesus, he warned his disciples. He said, you know, if they spit on me, they're going to spit on you. They're going to blaspheme you. They're going to, you know, because they blaspheme me, that's just what they do. People are contaminated. You're going to be preaching, and that's what preaching does. Otherwise, you cannot preach the confidential truth. You got to go around and act like a neophyte or act like a Vaidhi Bhakta. That's what we have in Vaishnavism. People going around acting like Vaidhi Bhaktas. That wasn't happening with Lord Chaitanya. And when Jesus' disciples preached, they didn't act like Vaidhi Bhakta. They acted in their extraordinary consciousness. That's why we're doing that too, again. You know, all these gurus, they say, Gaur, you should act like a neophyte. No. We're here to preach what Lord Chaitanya preached and to distribute the gift of love of Krishna. Yeah, gift. Yeah, read it and weep, for God's sakes. You know, you're all trying to teach attaining Krishna and all that stuff. Attaining bullshit, man. No. It's not about attaining Krishna. It's about receiving the gift from those who have been gifted with that gift. It's always like that. It always will be like that. When love of God is preached and not just rules and regulations. See, this is the new. This is the new preaching. This is the new Vaishnava Testament, not some Old Testament. You know, this karmic thing. You know, be a good person, do good deeds, you know, do rituals, you know, all of that stuff. No, this is, you need the potency to move deeper into this. Yeah, although he is unborn, pretends to be a human being from Sri Daruka's womb. All devotees, when you realize God, you're in your spiritual emotions. Where's the death? That's why people say, well, you know, can I get to overcome fear of death and fear of the world and fear of these guys? Well, yeah, it's just part of working for this company, man. Become part of the company of Lord Chaitanya's devotees here preaching his mission. You know, we're here part of that company preaching spontaneous love of God. If this inspires anybody, you know, come into this company and then your fear of the world will go because you'll be like the guru and some of his advanced disciples. They were not fearing death. You know, they've overcome death. They live in their spiritual form. What, you just think they're identified with this T-shirt and body and lack of neck beads and lack of tilak and all that? No. You come here, you'll also become unborn. Well, oh no, first Krishna's got to be born in you. It's kind of a paradox. You come here and we're like midwives and we'll cause that birth of Krishna in you. And when he's born inside you and you have that amazing experience of Krishna in the birth canal coming up here and exploding, and there he is, you're going to say, wow, I'm in love. Now you got a baby to take care of. How do you do that? Well, you're with we just sadhu sangha, hearing, chanting, remember, and do that forever. Just keep on feeding the baby. He feeds you. You nourish him. He nourishes you. You know, this is Vrindavan. This is the spiritual world. See? Well, what about all the rules and regulations and all that? Oh, well, you don't need them anymore. Krishna said, hey, don't mess around. I don't have, you just keep feeding me, man. I don't have time to go look over there at these empty rules. No, just look over here, man. Just chant. I want to hear the name, you know, just attentively feed me. Come be with devotees, you know, and be with family members. But, you know, Krishna likes to be around. That's Vrindavan is a family, isn't it? Family of devotees. Is there anybody that wants to get Krishna very easily? I mean, here, this is Vrindavan. This is, they don't teach you this in Vaishnavism. They don't teach you, that's not the Krishna that is carrying big sticks and,
Where do you see in Vrindavan? I mean, even in the stories, what is it? It's a forest place. You got the cowherd girls, and you got cowherd boys, and you got the mother and the father, and all the villagers, and they're just tending the fields. They live in the country. Yeah, where's all that in the temples? Is all this big pomp, and they got big gurus prancing around the stage with sticks and where is the Vrindavan mood? Here. Ah. This here is real Krishna consciousness movement. I bow down before these. Yeah, I mean, this is the real Krishna. It really is. This is where it's all going. And people, you have a great opportunity here now. Whoever's inspired, come in. I mean, if you're hard-hearted, all that. Well, then you got the rules out there. You got these more tough teachers out there and gurus and all that stuff. They'll give you a lot of rules and regulations and all that. I mean, if you're so hard-hearted. But if you're inspired by this preaching, this is very real. I'm telling you what's in the book. I mean, what's the fault of this? This in a sense is faultless because it's in the book. And the Lord brings it into our own personal experience. The Lord proves that he lives in us because he is the verses. And if he's in us, we naturally become an expression of those verses. Expression of those truths, a clarification of those truths. Isn't that the only main problem is clarification? People are not clear on what Krishna consciousness is all about. They think it's about rules and regulations, and it's called, what did Prabodhananda Saraswati said? Unless a devotee comes before us, the paths of blind adherence to the regulations and rules of the scriptures will continue on. Mayavadi will continue on. Impersonalism will continue on. Pious deeds will continue on. See, these are all paths. But when a devotee who's like a bumblebee at the truths, at the pastimes, and the name come before you, then all of a sudden you realize there's another path. This path. See? This is more wonderful. It's more free and more freeing, more powerful than anything, more graceful. It's the most merciful path of all. And you see the devotees come under it's as it is in the book there. The real empowered devotees of Lord Chaitanya, when they're preaching this full strength like this, is they're the most jubilant. Here you see the most jubilant devotees, the most ecstatic devotees, more than anywhere. You can prove it, everybody. You go look out there. You can go to all these ISKCONs and all that, and you won't see smiles like the devotees who are tasting this nectar. Okay. The pure-hearted devotees in Shantaras. Oh, wait. Okay. Next verse. I offer my respectful obeisances to Krishna Nandana's son, Sri Shamananda, the auspiciousness of the worlds. The auspiciousness. People, you think Trump's auspicious, you think these gurus are auspicious, you think this path is auspicious and that path is auspicious. Everything is in the modes of nature until you meet a real intimate associate of Lord Chaitanya. Then you find out what true auspiciousness is. You experience it. You realize something beyond the modes. And without this actual experience, by being close to such devotees, you can't know. Because you're in the modes, the best you'll do with demigods or something, and they're in the goodness. And you may think even goodness is auspicious, but not to real devotees. No, real devotees who have real devotion, they've transcended this material universe. And they bring forth, it's just like Vamanadev kicked a hole in the universe. and the spiritual water came into the universe, and now they knew what real auspiciousness was. See, that's the Ganga. Okay? See? And that purifies even more slowly. But a devotee like Krishnananda, empowered by Lord Chaitanya, a real associate, now you'll get to know. That's why devotees, if you listen attentively here and you come and you become a real disciple and a real friend, get actual spiritual experiences. You actually get to know what is from outside this universe. Anybody got any spiritual greed to give it a chance? Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, Vaidhi Bhaktas and ISKCON and all you groups out there, if you put your attention here for 30 days or 1 month, couple months or 6 months, if you could do it, put your attention here that you put to those persons who are not supremely jubilant and that's most merciful of all. They don't prove it. They can't prove it. They don't have the ecstasy my disciples have. Many of them. Then you put your attention here like you do there, you're going to get a different result. This is how Krishna preached to Arjuna. He discriminated. He said, there's demigod worship, and a lot of people worshiping demigods, and they go to the demigods in the material universe, right? They put there, and then Krishna says, but those who worship me come to me. And Arjuna said, that's not fair. There's some sincere demigod worshipers, and they put a lot of energy and the ones who worship you, they get a higher destination. Yeah. I'm trying to teach them, and if they will follow this instruction, they will, if it sounds reasonable. Doesn't it sound reasonable? See, the demigods are in this material universe. It's just logic. And you worship them, and you give them money, you have offerings and stuff like that. And you do that to these gurus who are like that, really. You put all your energy and time and money and all that there, and your result is what? Still mundane, material. Maybe you become a good Brahmin. But look, a Fanny comes here, or an Amy comes here, or a Lalita comes here, a Govinda comes here, and they put energy in worshiping here, and they get the highest result. Vrindavan, that ain't fair, is it? Well, am I not doing what Krishna did then? Is I'm trying to teach you. I'm saying, you're worshiping these gurus who don't even have any, they never cry. You can look, I never seen any of them cry for Krishna deeply. I never see them laugh like madmen because of ecstasy, which is the qualification of an ecstatic devotee. I never hear them preach the glories of Lord Chaitanya's mercy and distribute it. And if you just turn your attention from there over here, you're going to get love of Krishna. I mean, does anybody want love of Krishna? Don't you want to go in Vrindavan, even in this life, or Vrindavan comes to you? I don't know. Sounds reasonable to me. Is there any reasonable persons out there? Or is this confusing preaching? It's only confusing if you have a fake idea, some false idea, some fake out, some illusionist has been hypnotizing. I'm here to demystify things, to demystify the philosophy of Lord Chaitanya. If you don't feel bhakti in the heart, you want to go to Vrindavan. Seeing the frightened earth overrun by millions of powerful armies of atheist sinners, Shaivites and Shaktas and great demon kings, Shamananda came before our eyes, surrounded by armies of Krishna's devotees. And bearing the weapons of devotional scriptures, he mercifully slashed into pieces the flood of sins that had covered the people of Kali Yuga. Yeah, if you don't have such a guru like that, you haven't found the real path. You notice how we're building an army here. You notice how we're empowered by the same potency Shamananda had? To what are we confronting? You can even see if you're getting this devotional poem, you see, boy, we got atheists everywhere. We got the great kings acting as gurus and sannyasis and bewildering the people of Kali Yuga. You see all kinds of Mayavadis and all kind, even the guys who come here, hypocrites and liars and cheaters. Look at where we're just steamrolling our way through this Kali Yuga and this place. Offering association. You come into this association, you're going to be free of all those atheist kings. They're like kings, those gurus in ISKCON, they're like your kings. We'll free you from those kings. Why do you want a king who can't really do anything for you? They're just mundane and material, a materially motivated religion. What have you gotten? I ask you the question, what have you gotten from your guru? What have you gotten, Govinda, from your guru?
Such a wonderful, blissful life, really getting to know Krishna, more than seeing Darshana Krishna, more than Kundalini awakenings, more than some mystic power experiments that get few things. This is par excellence, living bliss and ecstasy and loving Krishna more and more. It's amazing. It's beautiful.
Yeah. What are you getting from Guru there, Lalita?
Everything, Guru Maharaj. Everything. A completely different life, purification, insight in Krishna, insight in others, insight, like what you said now, Vamada, if he kicked a hole in the universe, that happened to me. I had that river flowing inside of me. That really happened to me. After watching 5 videos, from that moment on, my life became completely different. I received a transcendental life. I live in another land, in another place. Guru Maharaj, this is transcendental happiness. You cannot compare it with anything material. You made me so strong and so happy. This is really, I need to advertise it.
Yeah, you see, you should be. Everybody should ask, what's a purpose going guru? Is it just a show? Is it just a ritual? Is it just like something you're supposed to do? No, you go to a spiritual master to become like them, but in the right way, but not like you become like to take their position and to try to overturn them or, no, you come to learn. You come to learn the science of Krishna consciousness. And if you do that sincerely, then Krishna will give you more and more of the blessings of Guru and Krishna, which come in from these spiritual gifts. That I don't see anywhere. I mean, I don't see people testifying it's just a big show. It's like so superficial. Is there anybody out there that's tired of the superficiality of Krishna consciousness? Don't you want something deep? Don't you want to be a disciple that has something to say what God does for you, what God is doing for you, being on the real path? If you're on the real path, you're going to have real divine experiences, devotional experience. You're going to have changes and transformations. You're going to develop spiritual emotions, and that's what you need to enter Vrindavan. You cannot take mundane emotions into the spiritual realm. It's only for here. It's where you'll take another birth, another body. You know how many mundane gurus there are out there? They act like mundaners. They have material emotions and they think that's spiritual. They act like materialists, walking around. Do you ever see? It's like it's not much different than when I saw this picture of the Vatican, and after the service, when they're in their cloth, they're outside and around the car, and they're all smoking cigarettes, just like looking like, that's they're ordinary in the church. They're just putting on a show. Yeah. It's just how it is. See, that's so that's really you need the real path is here. So that's the preaching of that's why the followers of Jesus were so juiced up, man. They just knew they had the word, man. They had the path, man. They were saved and they want to save others. And they knew they spoke the word of saving people. So it's, you see, that's the rope is the word. What I'm preaching, what you guys preach out there is the light. When Jesus said, "You have a light, don't put a bushel." The light is what? Where's the light? What is it? Just some shiny light, some like head that's got a shine on it? No, the light is the word, man. The word of truth. People are bewildered by the word of demons and atheists and speculators and illusionists. See, you see how we also take up the book of the Bhagavad and preach that, just like Shamananda did. This is how we destroy the illusion. That's why you see this was perfect timing. Prabhupada came to me 45 years after. He gave the books and told his disciples, you read these books 2 hours a day. Some of them have done that. See, and so some of them will listen to these words if they're ready. And because these words destroy your ignorance. If you can see, you come and listen, you'll see, boy, your gurus can't teach like this. Your gurus can't show like this. Your gurus cannot describe the verses like this. All they do is speculate on the verses. You know why? Because they got no love of Krishna. It's love of Krishna that gives you the understanding, that gives you real transcendental knowledge. Bhagavad Gita 10:10. It's amazing how simple the preaching is. See, we use the Bhagavad to destroy all these stupid illusions, man. See? Think so confused, go hurry. My gurus don't be, well, come here. We'll get rid of that confusion, man. It's our work while we're here, man. What else is there to be around this place, man? All right, what else we got there? There we go. See, he mercifully slashed into pieces the flood of sins that covered the people in Kali Yuga. See, bearing the weapons of devotional scriptures. See, devotional scriptures. This slashes the sins of Kali Yuga. That's why, see, by regular classes in Srimad Bhagavatam, see, slashing with the regular classes, they're slashing the ignorance. These are sins. The sins are following these weird paths, these strange paths, following atheists, acting as saints. See, you can't get rid of sin associating with sinful, or those who are still filled with sin, those who are gurus and they haven't been purified yet. And all you do is heap your sins on them and they heap them back on you. You can't get rid of those sins. It's only the word. By regular Bhagavatam class, you got to have a Shukadev Goswami, an empowered speaker, speak to you the conclusive, clear truth about the Bhagavad. See, it removes the sins of Kali Yuga, slashes them. You see how you stay clean after a while. You think, oh, why should I go follow atheists? Why should I follow those who are not self-realized souls? There's no fault in that. People think, well, I'm afraid I don't want to commit offense to the pure devotees. Yeah. Well, wait a second. They're not pure devotees. Show us. I mean, or if there's a pure devotee, they'll have symptoms of that. You don't have to fear somebody that's not, if they're a hypocrite or they're like being used by the demoniac forces and all that. I don't care if they're in Vaishnavism and religion and everything. Truth is truth. The truth will free you from that. It's only your faith in the illusion that weakens you. Isn't that what the demons do? They go, oh, here, big brother, you watch the television all the time. And then you see those people, they put the mask on. They're walking down the street with a mask and fresh air. Yeah, because Big Brother told them to do that, man. That's ignorance, right? They're messing up their body doing that stuff. See, they're getting the wrong advice. This is going on so many levels, and we got the slashing, the book of the absolute truth. We slash it. Get rid of the false gurus, man. Take to the real guru, the real spiritual master empowered by Krishna. They have transcendental emotions. They relish bhakti, man. They got the word, man. That word will remove all your doubts and all your illusions. Hey, that gets rid of a lot of stuff. See, everybody's in fear. You Vaishnavas, you're in prison. Anybody want to get in prison? You're in prison. You're all walking like this little thing, all because you believe in persons that are not really self-realized. They haven't realized Krishna. They're not residents of Vrindavan. They have no business being over you. They have no business taking your worship. You have no business worshiping mundane persons who cannot deliver you. That is an illusion. That is a lie. That is ignorance. That is not Bhagavatam. They're preaching a false Bhagavatam, a false God, because of a false guru. You come here, hey, this word will destroy your illusion. See? Then you come under the real authority, a real spiritual master empowered by the real Radha and Krishna and Lord Chaitanya and real disciplic line, and all your fear will go. There'll be no fear. Why would you fear when you got the master of the universe in your life? That's because I got the master of the universe. I got Radha and Krishna in my life. I got the Parampara. I got the real Prabhupada. I got the real Bhakti Siddhanta. I got the whole line here. Why would I fear anything? Why should you fear anything when you come to see what I see and experience? Otherwise, you'd be walking around like these. You see these I'm afraid. Yeah, you're afraid because these persons keep you in fear because they're not who they are. They're not preaching the real Bhagavatam. The real Bhagavatam is a devotee Bhagavat, man. They are a self-realized person. Where did the Bhagavatam come from? A self-realized person. Shukadev Goswami, right? If you're not like that, you're not a friggin' guru. You're not a devotee Bhagavat. And don't even give these excuses. The guy, I'm working under a guidance of a guy. I'll speak about the book Bhagavat, because I'm working under the guidance. Of course, I haven't matured. I've been with that guru for 25 years, and still I'm a diddly squat. Well, I memorized lots of verses. That's what I got from the guru. And I get a lot of followers, who say, wow, your classes are great. I just love the way you quote those Sanskrit verses. Yeah, did you get any bhakti? Bhakti, what is that? Oh, that's too high. That's going to, after many lifetimes, our guru said that. But we can, play, and I'll quote the verses. I spend all day memorizing all these things. I love this. This is a revival of this. This is so great. These verses. The next verse. I offer my respectful obeisances to Krishnanandana's son, Sri Shyamananda. He is a great power personified. Of course, that's not here. Huh? Power personified is not here. Huh? Right? If you empowered, then you're powered. That was like Jesus. When they saw Jesus, when they came to get him, they said, where's Jesus? Where's Jesus? And Jesus said, I'm Jesus. And they both fell backwards. Powerful voice. Yeah. He frightened fearful Yamaraj himself. His name alone stuns Maya's Kali Yuga forest. That's what we do here too, huh? See, we're empowered by the same Krishna to do the same thing. See, when Shyamananda was preaching with his group, they were spreading love of God. See, they took the Goswami books and they spread those confidential teachings to others, and therefore they got love of Krishna very easily. We're doing the same thing. We take the confidential teachings in Prabhupada's books and the Goswami books like this, and we teach them and share them. See, and spread love of Krishna on devotional scriptures on the devotional platform and promote that. Where wild passions roam, a forest that is the playground of the fearsome tigers of repeated birth and death. Until you meet the devotees here in this Sangha especially, you're gonna continue with the repeated birth and death on these paths, man. The association is so bad in this Kali Yuga. You don't know who, you don't know, you might have a guru or a teacher there and they're a demon. And you think you're gonna not take another birth? This Kali Yuga is terrible. Even in 12th Canto, it talks all about this. Your only hope is an associate of Lord Chaitanya. We can prove to you the associates of Lord Chaitanya are here in this Sangha, man. And they'll keep you safe from all of that. The tigers and the crocodiles of these various philosophies and speculations. Otherwise, you're ripped apart in this Kali Yuga. You need the shelter of Lord Chaitanya's real associates. Nobody has the strength. Look at the gurus. They're telling people to get the shots and all that stuff. What is that? Where's the shelter in that? Why are you doing that? Because you don't have the shelter. See, he frightened Yamaraj himself. See, where'd the verse come from? The Bhagavatam. Noodles. Okay, Noodles. Hey,
Hare
how's it
Krishna,
going?
Maharaj. How are you, Maharaj? I had to come. I had to tell. I mean, like, I'm just going crazy haywire.
Go ahead. Let's hear it.
I don't know. This is so new. I mean, I wonder if I'm actually feeling well or not inside. You know, it's like it's all so new. It's I feel so restless and stuff. The moment I keep telling him, do you think I'm all right? Do you think I'm okay? I don't feel really, and then the moment I tune in, it seems to settle, and it's also new. And then for the first damn time, I really wanted to chant Maharaj. I mean, alongside when you and Lalita were chanting, I really wanted to. Otherwise, I usually don't feel like even doing that until you just have to do it for sake of doing it, kind of a thing. So this is also new to me, and I don't know. I had to just tell. Even now it's pump. I don't know. I can't. You know, it's pretty new to me. It's never happened before. I can't hear you, Maharaj. Is it
Yeah,
me?
what kind of things are you experiencing?
So there is this. I mean, like I, I I think I have to hear to the mellows or tunes, or I have to tune in. If I don't do that, it's being a bit weird and restless feeling that I have. And then there is this. Uh, I can't really comprehend Maharaj, but which is why otherwise I usually message, right? I leave a comment. I couldn't do that this time around, so I thought I'll just come. I'm usually never the person who is kind of camera shy, but I just had to come and say this to you. I don't know, but I can see it is uh it is definitely my I'm like making progress spiritually. That's what I feel. But yeah, I remember Funny was actually getting very ecstatic while he was chanting. I did say to him a couple of weeks back that I wish I had that. And then yeah, I see that slowly. I think the desire is like it's I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's coming. Yeah, it's coming. That's great. Just yeah, the desire to chant and relish the mellows of the name. And yeah, so that's fantastic. You see, this is like so yeah, and so now this is a new baby. Just like you got to take care of your baby there, Vrinda, you got to take care of this baby too. Is it regular hearing and chanting and all that, and you start to see that that baby is happy in your own heart, and then you feel satisfied and other and won't be restless and all that. It's actually learning this new relationship. It's a new thing, and so you'll see, when the baby is fed, Krishna is fed, and then he's satisfied, and then grows up actually even more, and so that's it. You got to continue to hear. It says when you hear, it's actually, I was getting to the verse here. Let me see if I find it here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and then it says here, okay, Krishna manifests his human-like form to perform his pastimes to show mercy to the devotees. Having heard such pastimes, one should engage in service to him. Here, the verb bhave, which is imperative mood, tells us that this certainly must be done. Non-compliance would be abandonment of duty. So it's not like it's a material thing, it's a spiritual duty to continue. I mean, you've heard these pastimes and hearing that we're awakening you, and so you just got to keep feeding this now, and you do it regularly. Otherwise, it's an abandonment of this duty. And if you do, then you notice you start to feel restless and everything because you're becoming part of the eternal family like this. You're making
Yeah,
progress.
this is something which I've noticed, Maharaj. This one, because I'm a bad girl in that sense. Like, I come for a couple of days and then I'm off, and then I'm like there. But this time when I just was not tuning in, I couldn't. I had to, it doesn't. I can, like yesterday I said, I cannot not tune in. I can't. It's not in my control anymore.
Yeah, that's it, man. And so you just continue to just spontaneously, naturally feed the baby. Hearing, chanting, tuning in. Yeah, I mean, this is the food. This is the only food. If you don't have this association, you can't feed. You can't awaken this divine child, Krishna in the heart, and you can't feed him. So even after the awakening, like some people are awakened from a previous life, and then they come to the Vaidhi Bhaktas, and all they do is squash their bhakti because it's religion. So you need this kind of association, which we're providing now, and yeah. So it's great. What else? Anything else?
Yeah, I mean, this is something which we have noticed over years. I mean, we keep telling this, like there is this. It feels like we are under an umbrella, and we being protected. Now I can see myself giving up that control, that, and it's actually working in my favor. Like, it's not like we'd have to shun away from things or anything, but then whatever we do, it's like, it's I have noticed I have been very happy, Maharaj, since couple of weeks. There is this happiness, that blissful state that doesn't fade away, no matter what you do. I mean, I could be working, but then I'm happy. It's usually like I'm stressed while I'm working, and then around Vrinda and all of that too. But this is a new feeling, like afloat kind of a feeling, which is like I don't know why I'm happy. I mean, I was telling Funny yesterday. I do not know why, for no reason, but I feel very blissful and happy. I mean, that's what you'd want, right? And that's something which I'm getting. I feel it's entirely new feeling to be happy for no reason.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's how it is. The reason is Krishna's pleased with you. And that's his pleasure is your pleasure now, more and more. you start to see what a real devotee is. The Lord teaches us. It's a great mystery. Bhakti is a great mystery. It's hidden unless you come in through the parampara and take shelter of real devotees. Here, this is the example, your example, everybody's example of people coming sincerely and getting the shelter. It teaches the real path. As, so it's pretty easy peasy, man.
Yeah, I can't thank you enough. I mean, thank you is such a small thing, Maharaj. I mean, whatever you have given is like, it's, yeah, we can
Yeah.
never thank you enough. I can just be grateful. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, it's just pay it forward, just let your light shine, the light you're getting here and the truth you're realizing, because people need it. They're all wandering around in dark places and looking at darkness, basically. It's like, like these phones, they have a dark mirror. There's actually a TV series called Black Mirror.
Yes,
See,
yes.
and yeah, Black Mirror, and the Black Mirror is the world. See, the Black Mirror is Maya mirroring all kinds of illusions. See, when you meet the devotees, they're showing you the spiritual world and devotion and what's really real and true and all of that. And that's just how it is.
Yeah, I mean, this is something which I kind of, I don't think I'm there to tell it. I don't want them to take this away from me. So I'm like, I want to keep it for myself because I don't want to really, I'm not there that I could actually give it to you and still have it. I don't want you to water down what I have. So I'm like, I better not, you know, for that matter, I mean, like, like I would not even talk this. I mean, like, no matter how much I want my parents or my sibling to understand it
Uh,
and actually get this, I would not discuss this because I know they're not there, they can't
yeah, yeah,
understand
yeah,
it, and I do not
yeah,
want to water down. And like, you are my material family, you've given me this body, and I'm very
yeah,
grateful because that's
yeah,
actually facilitating me get what I want to get. But
yeah, yeah,
that is there, and this is there. Materially, yes, you're there for me, you are always
yeah,
there, you have given all of that, but spiritually, no, I don't think we can
yeah,
bind.
yeah,
And I understand. Maybe someday, I don't
yeah,
know, but I do not want to really be provocative about it or what, because I think I'm still a neophyte. I have to
yeah,
still
yeah,
get it
yeah,
myself.
yeah, yeah.
So,
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got to be careful because if you tell them too much truth in your experience and all this, it might bring up envies and jealousies and maybe fears, like all kinds of things come up in people when truth is. But as you get stronger, then it'll be natural. Whatever you're meant to do, you'll do. So right now
yeah,
is probably a good idea. Keep it, yourself.
yeah,
Keep growing. Keep feeding the baby. Let the baby get strong, and
yeah,
after a while, he'll protect himself and
yeah,
you at the
yeah.
same time. How's Pani
That's
doing?
He's good, Maharaj. He's good. He's in a meeting, but yeah, he's good.
Ah, good, good.
It's it's like, yeah, it's good to have, but that I have that kind of a support system, like we can go hand in hand towards the same goal, which makes it much easier as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we got a family here. It's like a Vrindavan family, becoming more and more so. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, well, great.
yeah, yeah. All right. Thanks,
Anything?
Maharaj. Thanks for letting me in. I just wanted to share this.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thank you. Thank you. All right, let's see any other thing we can get from this here. Hare Krishna.
um,
Uh-oh, I lost it. How about here?
I'll leave now, the stream.
Okay, if you want. All right.
Yeah.
You could stay if you want to. Hare Krishna. All right, where is this here? Rasukananda. Krishna. Okay. I offer my respectful obeisances to Krishnanandana's son, Sri Shamananda. He is a great power personified. He frightened Yamaraj. Okay, read that one. I serve Krishnanandana's son, Sri Shamananda. He is my master. He relieved he relieved the sufferings of the three worlds. Seeing the people in Kali Yuga bitten by the black snake of time, fallen into the well of repeated birth and death, and blinded by the darkness of material pleasures, with his feet he mercifully gave the king of medicines, the medicine of pure devotional service, performed with sincere love. He cured the people and delivered them. See, medicine of pure devotional service. See, with sincere love. Sincere. And it's, yeah. See, medicine of pure, yeah, so pure devotional service is a gift with sincere love. And that's why there needs to be purification in a lot of devotees first. You know, otherwise you cannot do this pure devotional service with sincere love. And that's why people, they just do the Rahu thing, you know, just get it up in here. And then they're doing devotional service, but not with pure, that's not pure devotional service. And it's not with sincere love. You know, you really got to get purified. So it's for everybody. Some people, they take it really nice, you know, they just take it in full, you know, the purification and everything. And then they can do the pure devotional service with pure love. Sincerely, you know, it's so great. It's really awesome, actually. He cured the people and delivered them. So this is the cure, is to do pure devotional service with pure love, to get this Bhakti Lata Bij and to sincerely feed the baby, man, just hearing, chanting, remembering, and just getting increasingly purified in this association. Yeah. And people do it like they do it. And, you know, not every, you know, we're just kind of in a halfway house. So not everybody is like perfect, you know, in this. I offer my respectful obeisances to Krishnanandana's son, Sri Shamananda, because of his preaching, the burned pretended renunciates who have no nectar in their hearts, the renounced philosophers filled with impersonal ideas, the speculative thinkers who follow the Vaishika and Nyaya theories, and the followers of Karma Mimisa, the ascetics and other followers of hard-hearted philosophies, have now become devotees melting with pure love for Krishna. Of course, not all of them, you know, not everybody came. Some. Yeah, and if they do, you know, then you find out who Lord Chaitanya really was. You need to meet an associate. You find out what pure devotional, sincere, pure devotional love for God is. Otherwise, nobody knows. Yeah. Okay, so final word. Give us a word there, Lalita, before we end this.
I was so moved seeing Noodles like this. I was so happy to see her. So happy. So happy with this growing. Oh my God, Guru Maharaj. She's so pure and she's so innocent and so beautiful and so honest. My God, this is so beautiful. This is such a nice surprise. I told her, I sent her a message. This is such a nice surprise.
Yeah.
And such a proof that somebody who is working hard, they both have a really very busy job, they have a child, they have a family that demands a lot from them, family in India. They're really workers. But having that connection with you and always being well wishers. Super, well, Noodles is not every time in your class, but that heart is so beautiful. I have goosebumps. I always liked her from the first moment I saw her. I felt that she's not a pretender. She's so honest. I always appreciated that she was so honest. I love it. I
Yeah.
love her.
Yeah, you see, you don't have to be anything special. Look, just sincerely take to this path, and that's why I see Nityananda. He delivered the householders. Many householders were delivered, and they didn't have to be sannyasis and renunciates and all of that stuff. And when you take and you hear regularly, like she wants to hear regularly now, automatically she's getting sanctified and purified. And that's how it is. And then spontaneously the Lord helps you and in these ways, gives you spiritual experiences, and you get more taste for the chanting because she's in the right place. Success, I like the real estate example I used to use. You want to be successful in real estate, it's location, location, location. See? And if you want to, you get the prime location, everything, you're automatically a success. If you want to be a success in Krishna consciousness, it's association, association, association. Simply by the association of real devotees. So you got to find the real persons who have the real mercy of Lord Chaitanya. That's why he uses the fourth class persons, because people, they're too bewildered by these people who put on the sannyas thing as a show to say, well, you see, it's very similar to people in politics. They wear a suit to impress people. See, because if they didn't wear a suit, nobody would consider them an authority. You can have a business suit, look like, wow, that person's important and, well haircut and all that stuff. Well, that's what they do in religion, the same kind of thing. These persons, but the authorities in Kali Yuga, usually these politicians, we see they're real, they're wretched persons. But that's Kali Yuga. People believe in wretches, because of a dress, how they dress. The same thing, they believe in a guru because of a dress. Spiritual master, it's not they don't listen to the spiritual master to see if they have transcendental understanding on a very deep level, because that's the only way you can recognize a real devotee is by hearing from them. And you got to get, at this level, you got to get purified, because I'm not just, telling superficial things from the book. That's the people, Prabhupada became recognized because people started to listen to him. At first, his god brothers wouldn't listen to him. And even later on, probably a lot of them didn't. And still, what was he saying? He was preaching to neophytes. Rules, regulations, and all that. See? So here, there's no other way to enter this realm to understand how valuable it is and how empowered it is, except by getting purified by hearing and listening and serving and associating with the devotees here. There's no other real way. You could see when new people come and they have so little contact, how they act like fools. Yeah, what do you do? What is going on here? Yeah, you got to come and listen. Oh, I can't do that. Yeah. So Govinda, give us a word. Thank you there, Lalita.
Yeah, I'd like to What was you reading, Guru Maharaj? I'm going to look at it again and download it and read it and put some pictures of you to it and the devotees. What was it that was reading? I can listen at the start of the class. I'll listen on the rewind.
Yeah, I'll find it here. It's
Yeah, if it's easy, if it's there.
It's called Rasikananda's Shamananda Shatak. Actually, here, I'll just give you the link. Here.
Oh, yeah, please. Yeah, please.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's the link. It's in the private chat. I'll put it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when deliverance is here, it's always the same kind of style. It's really interesting like that. You know? Same style, you know. You preach the real truth. Truth sets people free. Who's ever ready? You kind of wonder who wouldn't be attracted, if you're really looking for Krishna, who the heck wouldn't be attracted to this? But, you know, it shows you how contaminated a lot of people, they still, you know what it is when they, I've been noticing this. This is the problem. People think they know so much about Krishna. They know everything. They don't need guru, or they have their gurus who don't know. Their gurus think they know, and therefore they're like, they think they also know so much. And therefore they can't enter this. We have to just convince them and show them that they don't know these confidential things. That's the whole trick, you know, is to convince them that they don't know, because they don't know. You can't know this on your own, and you can't know this by those who are not Bhagavad Gita 10:10, worshiping Krishna in loving ecstasy. You can't know this. Yeah. So our work is to convince them, because if they turn their attention here, they're going to be easily saved from illusion. They're going to be easily enter the kingdom of God, no more repeated birth and death and all that. So it's pretty exciting, actually. I think it's, I mean, I'm getting more and more clear about that now. Now it's like becoming real, like a real, you know, for me in my journey in Krishna consciousness, I had the example with Jesus. I probably was somewhere with them or something, because I had that example. And I was always thinking, well, God, you know, when is that going to happen here for Vaishnavism, where, you know, we're going to be roaming around, you know, and just collecting people and giving them the gift of devotion? You know, we're coming to that now. It's actually becoming a real thing, you know, and boldly preaching, you know, that like this. See, so Krishna is inspiring that level now. So now I think more and more people are going to come. I mean, they're already coming in, you know. Yeah, because it's like, you know, we're becoming confident. We know what we're talking about. We show you we know what we're talking about. I've got the books to prove we know what we're talking about. That's why Prabhupada wrote them for us. You know, Narayan Raj said that Prabhupada's books were under lock and key, and they had to go to him to get unlocked. That's why I thought, oh, well, let's see you unlock them. I already had unlocked them, but I needed perspective. He's saying I unlock them more. I couldn't understand what he's talking about. Didn't make, I mean, to me, it was very clear what Prabhupada was saying, you know, teaching. But that's true. Prabhupada's books are still locked up. See, they're locked up because you need a devotee Bhagavat to explain them to you. And because we're explaining them on the postgraduate level, the next platform. He didn't do that. He even said, this is the next platform. That's why he ordered me to do that. Yeah. He didn't order Narayan Raj. They say, you know, that he was ordered, or he says he was ordered, but what the order, you know, I think Prabhupada, when on his deathbed, might have said, you know, if he, I'll give him that, you know, might have said, Well, try to help my devotees a little bit, because they're going to have problems with the guys who are taking over for sure. As soon as Prabhupada left, the problems became all over the place. They immediately changed everything. They were the big gurus now. So that's what we're dealing with in this Kali Yuga. But anyway, this is an offering for everybody. If you really want Lord Chaitanya's grace, we got it. Yeah, we're distributing it. Yeah, what do you think, Govinda?
I just love to hear you always share about, Prabhupada in that lucid dream. It always just touches my heart like the first time I ever listened to it. It's so beautiful. And I've felt those symptoms myself, my body's shaking when I've made videos of like that Loop Gurus. Prabhupada speaking, but to your pictures of you. And the group I used to sampled was called Loop Gurus. So putting you both together. And the music in the background is actually from a festival I went to where a lot of Krishna devotees go to. But there's the nice devotees there. I just trembling as you've heard. I just trembled when I made that video. My body was shaking, and I didn't make it. It was 10% on the phone. Bam, 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 bam. It was like Prabhupada was there. It's so pleasing to him, and I could just listen that. I could just listen to your life story, and that always gives me so much pleasure, and that instruction there. Yes. It's beautiful.
It's good life. Yeah. All right. Well, good. Let's take a little break here. It's been like 2.5 hours. That's good enough. I'm surprised I could even do it today. I was like, is this going to happen? We'll just put a foot forward and see what happens. I don't know if Lolita felt so good either. No, she was also. Yeah. Okay, my friends. We'll see you later, huh? Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare Krishna.